designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the...
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Down at the 28-yard line.
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On the carry.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Browns, nothing. Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
40-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
First down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Ball carrier, Rashawn Gary on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Browns nothing.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8. To throw is Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
Jamison Crowder on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 39, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run on first down. It's Freeman, and they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Wilson. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now. So
they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
As we've seen, their first two drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch right, watch right, watch right. Are you 22?
Out of the gun, Stafford. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On 1st down, Stafford here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Stafford's pass, incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It's 2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Darnell Mooney, the target there. But it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Miles Boykin, his second touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
First and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think first and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First down, Browns.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Wilson. This one complete to Devontae Freeman.
Wilson.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
on 2nd down, McCaffrey.
At the 23.
And some room to maneuver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11. At their 40.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go play action now. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
10 at the 42-yard line.
$315. 19. Push him back.
After the interception, here's Wilson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And the Browns.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Intended for Josh Reynolds.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
16 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Jamison Crowder. Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. You don't want nothing.
Second and 10 now. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Browns on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't beat.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. His throw incomplete. Darnell Mooney the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Again, it's Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
1st down.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception. action, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
A gain of 3, second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Browns on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Christian McCaffrey.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Mike 5-4.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
On the move to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
Browns.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Oh, fighting off the defender. He's still fighting forward. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
First down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On first down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Freeman, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
A gain of 2.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on. Line's 54.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing here, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. 3rd down here.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
Jamison Crowder. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. Wilson. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
First down, Cleveland.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 57's Mike. Mike 57. All day, baby, all day. 14, got it. 57.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
The first down pass.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout.
Recovered.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
Touch 50.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So this one in the win column.